Whatever you want, whatever you need, anything you want done, baby, I'll do it naturally.
Welcome back. Your dreams were your ticket out. Welcome back.
Hey, welcome back to another episode of I Am Clearly a Podcast. I am your host, Alicia Lee. If you guys are new here, welcome. If you are a new mom, a seasoned mom, a girl mom, a boy mom, welcome. I welcome you with open arms. I am giving you a tight virtual hug right now. Can you feel it? Can you feel it? Oh, gosh, it's so good to have you here. I really miss you guys, for real. I know it's been a minute since I've been active and been recording, but a lot has changed, a lot has happened, and we have so much to catch up on, y'all. If you are not already subscribed to the show, wherever you listen to podcasts, please do so. Even if you're listening to this episode on YouTube, definitely subscribe because a lot of magic is going to be happening, especially on YouTube. YouTube, y'all, is like my playground. I love YouTube because it's endless things to do on there. Like, you got your videos, you got the shorts, you have the community tab. Now there's a podcast tab. So if you guys are not subscribed to our YouTube channel, please do so. It's at I Am Clearly, obviously, but definitely subscribe so you get those notifications to let you know when something new happens. And also, if you're following me on Instagram, definitely, wherever you are listening to podcasts, just subscribe, okay? All right, so y'all, I know that y'all can see, and you probably heard in the trailer. If you haven't listened to the trailer, or if you're new, like I said, if you're new here, you probably have listened to the trailer just to see, like, oh, what is this podcast about? Because there's so many doggone podcasts now, y'all. Wow, I've only been going for a year, and there's like so many different podcasts out now about so many different things, but I digress. The last time we spoke, I did an interview, and then shortly after is when I found out that I was expecting. My whole world did like a whimsical spin, and like my focus went directly into preparing my mind, my body, my spirit, all things emotionally, went to preparing for carrying a child as well as birthing the child. Because honestly, when it came down to me finding out that I was pregnant, I was like, okay, I've seen the worst of the worst. I'm going to make sure that my experience is not going to be the worst. And so as I got towards the end, I was like, okay, I've seen the worst of the worst, heard the worst of the worst when it comes down to birthing a baby. I want to make sure that my experience is not like that. And my experience was definitely something that we're going to discuss. And I'm going to prepare the video for you guys for YouTube so you can watch what all I have and what I went through and experienced through my whole birthing process. But I won't talk about it now because it still kind of chokes me up just to talk about it sometimes because, y'all, it was an experience. And if you have asked me, am I ready for the second one? After you hear my birthing experience, you will not ask me that, okay? You will have a little bit more grace for me and realize like, wow, never mind. You need some time to recover. But again, I digress. Y'all, what have y'all been up to? Y'all talk to me. Let me know what y'all have been up to. If you are, again, listening to this episode on YouTube, share in the comments what y'all have been up to since the last time we spoke. Like I said, it has been over a year. Like, the year has gone by so fast. It's so crazy to me. But yeah, like, what's been new in your world? I want to open up the community tab for us to go back and forth and discuss, how we're feeling, how we're doing. If there's someone in the community that can be a resource to another mom definitely I want to have that option for us. But like I said, I feel like this season of this podcast in particular, I'm not in a place where I want to just talk about all things being a mom, because I realized like during my postpartum experience that being a mom will really take over your full identity, to the point where you end up having an identity crisis, and it's just like becomes a trickle effect and weighs heavy on your mental. And I don't want that for us. You know what I'm saying? I want us to come together once a week and really chat it up and like really discuss our experiences in a whole, outside of, just really come together and have a place where we can be who we truly are outside of being a mom. Like being a mom should not take over who you really are. Like, you have so much more purpose in your life than just being a mom. But, over time, we will discover who we truly are and why we're here. And that's the reason why you're tuning in, because you're like, I need a place where I can just be me outside of these kids or child and just really enjoy a decent conversation. Because I'm not gonna lie, having a child, and if you don't already have like that full support system, it can be so lonely. Like, after you have a baby, I did not realize like how lonely I was. Like, yeah, I had, people checking on me or whatever, but it's different when you have like that rock right next to you. Like, girl, I get it. Let's just talk, or whatever the case may be, just to get your mind off of all the different things that you have to think about when it comes down to being a mom. Y'all, I did not realize everything is a thought process when it comes down to a child. We're going to get into it. I don't want to get into it this episode because I'm just coming back. I'm just freshening up my vocals at this point, but we're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about all the things. I have so much to share with y'all, so much to discuss with y'all, and just to be real with y'all. I just want to have a platform to where I could be honest about my experience and none of that woo-woo stuff, because let's be real, like, raising a child during this day and age is so different than what it was back in the 90s when our parents had us. Let's just say that. But y'all, I want to share what we can expect this go round, this season. I'm breaking up with my long-term partner, Procrastination. We have been tight like glue for too long. I've come to realize that procrastination has to go. Okay, I cannot achieve the things that I want to achieve and be who I want to be by procrastinating. It's very comfortable. It's very cute at the beginning, but we got too comfortable with each other and it's time that we break up. So first things first, we are not procrastinating this season. But I say all that to say what to expect this season. Y'all, like I said, we will have the community. I definitely would like for us to be more involved with each other. Like, I don't want you guys to just sit back and just listen to me and just take my opinions and what I say and gun-ho with it and let it be the end-all be-all. I don't like that. Like, I don't like when people listen to podcasts and they take the person that they're listening to, they take their opinion and their perspective and make it their own. This is not that. I'm sharing my experiences. I'm sharing my story because it may be relatable for someone who's listening, and it also may be eye-opening for someone who's listening, and somebody who may be listening may be able to assist me personally on how to be better in the situation that I'm sharing, if that makes sense. There may be a Facebook group, not too sure, because me and Facebook, we be bumping heads, y'all. So let me tell y'all about how I attempted to make a Facebook group. Okay. So back in like 2000, maybe 9 is when I made my very first Facebook. Lost access to that maybe like 5 years ago. And then I made a new one. So I made a new one, flourished on that one. And then for some reason, I got a notification from my old Facebook page. And I was like, I'm thinking it was the new one. So I'm like doing all the login stuff and like, send a one-time link to log in, change password, all that. I did that just for my current email address to link to the previous Facebook page. So now I can't even get into the old one. Y'all, it's annoying, okay? I don't know what they're doing over there in Meta, but they need to get it together because I don't want nothing to do with that old Facebook. Like, I'm going to get it together, I promise. So if anybody who is very versed in the Facebook community and knows how to troubleshoot stuff like that, please let me know. Hit me up. I'm not too proud to beg, okay? But again, y'all, I'm happy to be back. I'm happy that you are listening to this episode. I am so grateful that you have subscribed and told a friend and told another friend that your girl is back. Yes. And again, if you're listening to this episode on YouTube, please subscribe. And if you're listening to on Apple, Spotify, whichever, I don't discriminate on what you guys listen to the podcast to. I'm even on Pandora. Like, I'm doing big things over here. I got to give myself credit. I'm on so many platforms. It's time that I utilize them. All right. Like I said, I'm back. I'm happy to be back. Next week, we will catch up for sure. I will share my birthing experience from beginning to the end. So I highly recommend that you come prepared with a drink. You come prepared with an open mind, an open heart, and give me some feedback. Let me know you're excited that we're back. I will have linked in the description that you guys can leave me voice messages. I would love for you guys to leave me voice messages because you might be the chosen one to get played on next week's episode. Because like I said, this is our community. This is not just my podcast. This is a podcast that I am hosting. The shit is for us. Okay? All right, y'all. I'm going to go ahead and head out because my son is almost up and I know how he gets when he wakes up. So again, thank you guys so much for tuning in and we will chat next week.